Welcome back. Today we're going to be continuing to talk about compound interest. Let's go back over the formula again real quick because there were some questions yesterday, mostly with the N and the T numbers. So let's just take a quick look. Again, the principal and the rate, no one seemed to be having any issues with that. But the N is the number of times compounded per year, and you gotta get that from the word. It's going to tell you you're compounding your interest annually, compounding semi-annually, or quarterly, or monthly. We went over yesterday what those words mean. So again, the number of times per year. So semi-annually is 2 times per year, and quarterly is 4 times per year, like 4 quarters in a dollar. And then monthly, well, there's 12 months in a year. So again, they should be pretty straightforward and obvious. And then the T is the number of years. And then in the formula, those two numbers need to be multiplied together for your exponent, your N and your T. It's not a decimal, it's an actual multiply. All right, so let's look at a couple of story problems today. All right, so this one here says number 7. Mr. Steiner purchased a car for about $14,000. Well, there's your principal. Assuming his loan was compounded monthly, well, there's your N, monthly. That's going to be 12. Your N is 12. At an interest rate of 4.9%, there's your R, for 72 months. Well, you might want to figure out how many months that is. We went years. So if you take 72 and divide it by 12, so we're talking 6 years. So there's our T, 6, not 72, 6. We want years for the T, time in years. All right, so the first one, how much money will he have paid total? So we want to actually find out the A number. That's what A stands for, is the ending balance. So to find this, we're going to start with our principal. We started with $14,000. That's how much he bought for his car. And then don't forget this 1 plus. That's very important. It's always there. 1 plus, then my interest rate as a decimal. So that's 0.049. Divided by the N number, and it said back there that we're compounding this one monthly, so that would be a 12. And then my exponent needs to be N times T. Well, that N, 12, I just used it. And then T in years, we just found out that's 6. So if it's me, I'm not going to try to type that multiply in the exponent on my calculator. I'm going to go ahead and just multiply 12 times 6 right now. And 12 times 6 is 72. So that's the exponent I want. I just don't like trying to type a multiply in my exponent. Sometimes my calculator messes that up big time. Alright, so if I went ahead and did that on my calculator, I would get an answer of $18,773.73. And yes, money has 2 decimals. You need to have 2 decimals. So go ahead and round that number to the 2 decimals. Again, there was a bunch more decimals on my calculator than that, but it's money, so it only uses 2. All right, next part. How much more did he pay than the price of the car? So we'll have to take the answer we just got, $18,773.73, minus the actual sticker price of the car, $14,000, and we will find that he has paid almost $5,000 in interest. That's how much the bank is making off of this person, Mr. Steiner, for loaning him the money to buy this car. So again, banks make a good amount of money off of this. That's why they do it. That's how banks work. All right, try one more. If you deposit $4,500, there's your principal, at 5% annual interest, compounded quarterly, so we've got that quarterly, that's 4. How much money will be in the account after 10 years? So again, just another basic one, nothing too crazy about this one. So 4,500 is what he started with, and then always 1 plus. The interest rate 5%, that's 0.05. Again, move the decimal 2 places. Or divide 5 by 100, that's another way to do it on a calculator. Percent means out of 100, so take the percent, divide by 100, you got your decimal. The N, it said compounded quarterly, that's 4 times per year. And then my exponent is 4 times 10, the number of years. So again, I'm not going to actually type 4 times 10 anywhere on my calculator. I'm going to type 40. Again, if you start putting exponents with problems in the exponent, you're probably going to type them wrong on your calculator, just like I do sometimes. So again, let's try to make it as easy as we can on ourselves. So if I went ahead and multiplied all that stuff out on my calculator, I would get $7,396.29. Again, money has two decimals. I had to do a little rounding on that decimal. But again, that's what it said. How much will be in the account after 10 years? Now, if it asked us how much money he had made in interest, we'd have to take that 7,000 and minus the original amount. That would tell us that's how much he's actually made in interest. But that's not what the question said, so we didn't have to do that part. All right? Your work is a lot like this today. Good luck.